How everybody doing? What's going on, y'all? Let's get to it. Let's get to it. We ain't playing no games. Hey, you know what I like? This is what I like for people to understand and realize. This is what I like for people to understand and realize. We in 2026. We in 2026. We so accustomed to living like we still in 2006 that we don't even realize that times are we are elevating. We actually elevating. We are evolving. Let's use that. The world is evolving. The world is evolving. We talking about we want to make some money, but we still thinking like we live in 2006. We act like the same thing that worked in 2006 gonna work for 2026. It don't work that way. You gotta evolve. Evolve means you gotta go with the times. You gotta go with the times. If you don't go with the times, you're gonna get left behind. Period. What I'm finna do is I'm finna show you how to make some money. If you wanna know how to make money, I'm gonna show you how to make money. If you wanna understand business structure, I'm gonna show you how to have business structure. I'm gonna show you how all these things can equate to you making money right now and doing things right now to help you understand how to build financial freedom, financial wealth. Now, your financial wealth may not be my financial wealth, so I don't know what it is you're trying to do in life. But whatever you're trying to do, I can give you a blueprint. I can show you where to start from because it'll definitely build it. It'll definitely get you there. How you doing, Miss A? Thank you for coming in. A lot of us say we want financial freedom. We want to understand how to get funding without using our personal credit. We want to do these things, but don't nobody want to put the work in. I don't care how much I show you tonight, how much I teach you. If you're not willing to put the work in, it ain't going to work for you because you didn't put the work in. I don't know how we expect to be a millionaire. I don't know how we expect to, to do all these things that we desire that takes money to do, but we're not going to put no work in to get the money to do the things that it requires. It doesn't work that way, y'all. So if you think that I'm finna teach you how to get rich quick, I can't. If you think I'm finna give you a loophole on how to make some money tomorrow, I ain't. Like, This is for real business owners. This is for people who actually said, you know what, enough is enough, and I want to put the work in, and I want to actually make some money. If you want to actually make some money, you in the right room. If you willing to put the work in, you in the right room. Because everything I teach you is all about putting the work in, and you're going to make the money. You're going to get to where you're trying to get to. It's all about you, though, doing what you got to do. Doing what you got to do. If you don't do your part, don't get mad talking about people gatekeeping. Don't get mad talking about that was he lied. No, you didn't do your part. Because I'm going to give you enough information to where all you got to do is put the work in and do your part, and it's going to work for you. It's going to work for you. First thing I need y'all to understand, if y'all are coming in, I'm going to show you how to understand business structure. If you don't understand business structure, you're going to fail. You're going to fail because you need the business structured the correct way in order to make the money that you're trying to make. I'm going to also show you how to get funding through these corporations. Through these corporations, you will be able to get funded through what I teach you. If you don't structure it the correct way, it ain't my fault that you didn't want to pay nobody to structure it the correct way for you. I gave you the blueprint, but if you can't do it yourself and you ain't got the money to pay nobody to do it for you to make sure it's done the right way, then it's not my fault. It ain't my fault. You can't blame me because you ain't got the money to do what you need to do. You got the money to do everything else, but you ain't got the money to build your structure. I ain't got nothing to do with that. That ain't my fault. Ain't my fault. Opportunity to earn residual income. I'll even give you the understanding and a way to make residual income. Meaning that I'll tell you right now how you can make some extra money on the side. But it requires you to put in work. If you don't put no work in, you ain't gonna make no money on the side. You gonna keep doing what you've been doing. Ain't making nothing. I posed this question earlier when I came on. Gorgeous B, hello. Well, goodbye then. Well, goodbye. Goodbye, Gorgeous B. I don't chase nobody. If you feel like because I didn't speak to you, you need to leave, the exit is right in front of you. Swipe left and swipe right. I don't beg nobody for attention. I'm not looking for your attention, ma'am. I got a wife. So goodbye. Bye-bye. If you think you hurt my feelings because you said goodbye because you spoke and I didn't speak fast enough for you, goodbye. 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 So now that we got that out the way, Chris, what's up, Chris? What's up, family? Now that we got that out the way, like they thought I gave a damn. Opportunity to earn residual income. I'm going to give y'all everything that you need to succeed in this life. Real Teddy P, my family in the building. What's going on? Check this out. I'm going to give you everything you need to make money. I'm going to tell you the truth about everything. I'm going to give you so much truth in this life. People actually be hating that I give you so much truth. The only thing I require you to do is put the work in. It doesn't matter how much I teach. If you don't do what I tell you, it ain't going to work. You got to see that it works. I'm going to show you proof that it works. But by me showing you proof that it works and you don't do it, it's not going to benefit you. It's not going to benefit you. It's not going to benefit you. Okay? So that's what we got to understand. We got to get that understanding out the way. All right? Let me text this, y'all, and I'll be right with y'all. So that's what we do. If you want to learn how to build business structure, if you want to learn how to get funding through corporations, if you want to learn how to earn residual income, I'm going to teach that to you tonight. Real talk. This will be one of the best lives that you ever listen to help you actually give you all the information that you need to help you succeed when it comes to business. Whether you put the work in is strictly up to you. All I'm here to do is teach you. Hobo, what's going on, family? So, first thing we need to know when it comes to business, we need to understand what an EIN number is. We need to understand what an EIN number is. Why? Because the EIN is how you start your business. An EIN is how you start your business. If you start a business and you ain't got an EIN, you ain't started no business. You ain't started no business. You working, but you ain't got no business because ain't nothing protecting you. The main thing of what we trying to do is what, y'all? We want to do what? We want to protect our assets. Protect assets. Help others. Build generational wealth. That's what we want to do. We want to protect assets, help others, and build wealth. I'm going to show you how to do that. Because if you're going into business, that's what you want to do. You want to make sure your assets protected. You want to make sure you're able to help others because that's how you're going to make money in the business. And you want to make sure you build wealth. That's what we going to do. I'm going to show you how to do this. It doesn't require much. It just requires you understanding what you got to do this. Okay, that's it. That's it. EIN number. When it comes to business, EIN number, we need to understand that an EIN number. What is an EIN number? An EIN number is a federal tax ID number for businesses. Coach Key, how you doing? An EIN number is a federal tax ID number for businesses. Okay? That's all it is. It's for the business. So what I like to do is, because I want y'all to keep up with me, I like to use graphs. The reason I like to use graphs because why is that? If I use a graph, you can follow what I'm teaching you by reading what the government says and Google, and you can see it in real time so you can apply it. Okay? That way I can't tell you nothing that I'm not showing you. I'm going to show you how you put this into play. LLC. If the LLC can do it, the C Corp can do it. Please remember that. If the LLC can do it, the C Corp can do it. A lot of people are telling you that the LLC is bad for you and it's not protecting you. If you are somebody that believes just because you have an LLC and by your name being attached to the EIN number on the LLC, that if the LLC is getting sued, that your personal assets will also be taken, you have been misinformed. That is not the case. When we look at the EIN number, the EIN number is for businesses, okay, which is the LLC. You open up the LLC and it's for what, family? The business. EIN is a federal tax ID number. I have a question for y'all. By your name being on the EIN number for the business, does it make you a personal guarantor to the business debt? Yes or no? Yes or no? By your name being on the EIN number, does it make you personal reliable for a business debt? yes or no? Big Row Trucking, what's going on? Big Row said no. Priska P10 says yes. Flyway says no. Chris says yes. We 50-50 right now. We 50-50 right now. Okay, so here's the misconception that we have on social media platforms. People will ask you this. People will say this in the comments. Or when you go to somebody else's TikTok live, they'll say this. If you were standing in front of a judge, and the judge asks for your documents for your business, would you give them the name? Would you give them the paperwork with your name on it? Or would you give them the paperwork without your name on it? Automatically, your mind, I like that. User 430, he said no, he worked for the business. I like that answer. Watch this. You see what Steven said? Steven said, I'm going to give them the information without my name on it. You know why you would give them the information without your name on it? Because that's a common sense ass question. That's a common sense question. Why would I give a judge information with my name on it? But people will manipulate you into thinking that's what they asking. And ain't no judge asking for no information with your name on it. Uh-oh. When you in business, what judge you know asking for your EIN number? Uh-oh. You see? That's how easy it is to, what's up, Golden T? That's how easy it is, though, to manipulate the narrative of the conversation. That's how easy it is to manipulate the narrative of the conversation. Because your mind automatically gonna say, I ain't finna give nobody my information with my name on it. But ain't nobody asking for your information with your name on it. And then they'll follow up and tell you the C Corporation is the only entity that doesn't have your name on it. So now you think you need a C Corporation because if you get in a lawsuit, it ain't gonna have your name on it. That's manipulation. That's a form of manipulation. Why? I'm going to show you why. By your name being on the EIN document, does it mean that you are liable? Does it mean that you are liable for the business debt? Yes or no? Well, if you represent the business, won't they ask for your ID? What they got to do with anything? A representative ain't got nothing to do with a lawsuit on the business. Being a representative has nothing to do with a lawsuit that's filed on the business. Remember, watch this. I'm finna help y'all out. Watch this. EIN number, watch this. The EIN number is for what, family? It tells you the definition of what it's for. EIN number is a federal tax ID number for businesses. It didn't say nothing about personal. It didn't say nothing about personal. Don't attach yourself to something that ain't nobody attached you to. We got to remember that, family. Do not attach yourself to something that nobody attached you to. The EIN number is attached to the business. It ain't attached to you. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we finna get somewhere. We finna get somewhere. The EIN number is attached to the business. It ain't attached to you. So watch this. By my name being on the EIN document. By my name being on my EIN document. Does it make me a personal guarantor? Watch this. Look at what it says. No. It says no. Watch what it say. Let's keep reading though. Having your name listed as the responsible party. They didn't change the whole narrative. Having your name listed as the responsible party on the IRS EIN application document does not make you a personal guarantor for your business debt. You know why it doesn't make you responsible for a business debt? You ain't a part of the business. Didn't nobody attach you to that business but yourself. Why are you attaching yourself to a business that you have no business attaching yourself to? The EIN number is for the business, not for you. This is you. You are the responsible party. You the member of the business. The EIN is for what, family? The business. Uh-oh. We just learned something. The EIN is for the business, not for you. You just a responsible party. That's what the EIN number is for. The business. Stop letting people attach you to something that has nothing to do with you. You the business. Being the responsible party simply identifies you as the IRS, as the individual who owns, controls, or manages the business, assets, and funds. It is a tax reporting requirement. Uh-oh. What it said, family? It is a tax reporting requirement, not a loan contract. Come on, man. I think I need to read that again because some of y'all are allowing people to manipulate you with words because you don't understand what business is. When we talking about business, family, you got to be careful the words people are saying. They will move the context of the information that they teaching and you will not even recognize it because you don't understand business. But they just told you what your name being on the EIN number means. It is a tax reporting requirement, not a loan contract. So just because your name is on the EIN document because you opened up a LLC, it does not have anything to do with a loan being given to the business. It don't mean that, family. That's two separate things. People are mixing information and confusing you into thinking just because you have a LLC, if the LLC is sued, they can take your personal assets. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe that if the LLC gets sued, that they can also take your personal assets. Be Present said it's a disregarded entity if it's one owner. What does that mean? You said that to say what? Be Present. You said that to say what? It's a disregarded entity. It means it's only one owner. What does that mean? Give me some clarity so I can break it down to you. I ain't gonna come for you yet, but give me some clarity because what do you mean it's a disregarded entity if it's one owner? What does that mean? You said that to say what? Are you saying that just because it's one owner, that they can still take your personal assets because you're the only owner of the business? Yes or no? Yes or no? We gonna learn today. Don't leave me now. Come on now. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. This is a learning session. No question or no answer is dumb. Because just because you don't know, don't make you wrong. It just makes you misinformed. So I am about to inform you of how this works. Because I have nothing to hide. Okay, well, by this time you should have been done answered. So since you didn't answer, I just take it as you really don't know what you're talking about, and I'll help you understand and learn it. I meant to ask it in a question. Oh, okay. So, yes, ma'am, it is a disregarded entity. It is a disregarded entity, but that doesn't mean by it being a disregarded entity that your personal assets are at risk if the disregarded entity is sued. It doesn't mean that. I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to show you. CEO Suzette, how you doing? Long time no see, family. And I'm going to show you. So my question is this. This is my question to y'all. Is the LLC or the C Corp, is either one of these a federal entity? Yes or no? Is the LLC or the C Corp a federal entity? Yes or no? Is it built off a federal level or the state level? Is the LLC or the C Corp built on a federal level or the state level? Yes or no? Both are what, Blast? Both are what? Both are state level or federal level? No. Thank y'all for the no's. Both are. Blast 74, what are they? State level, C Corp is right. LLC is state level? Correct. You're absolutely correct. C Corp is federal? Golden T said the C Corp is federal. Okay. State. I got a lot of states in the building. Only one person said it's federal. I'm a firm believer. If you Blast said federal, okay. So the next thing we got to do is we got to understand where these entities even come from. If you don't know where the entity come from, how you know what law to abide by? You don't know what law to abide by if you don't know what level they on. Watch this now. Are C Corps built on a federal level? No. A C corporation, C Corps, are not built or formed on a federal level. They are created at the state level. They created at the state level while they are taxed. Under federal law, the legal incorporation process happens through a state, typically by filing articles of incorporation with the Secretary of State. So watch this. You know what that means, right, y'all? Y'all know what that means, right? That means the LLC and the C Corp are both state entities. They not even federal entities. So my question now would be, if the federal government gets involved with the LLC or the C corporation, why would the federal government get involved? Oh, look at y'all. Okay. Andre, Hobo, taxes. There y'all go for taxes. The only reason the federal government gets involved in any one of these entities is for tax purposes only. Oh, we finna learn something now. So the LLC and the C corporation are state entities. The only reason the federal government will even get in your business It's for tax purposes. It's for tax purposes. So now my question is, we going somewhere, y'all. I'm gonna take y'all somewhere. Now my question is, if the LLC was to get sued, could they take your personal assets? Yes or no? But hold on. Let me ask it this way. If your LLC is structured the correct way, let me ask it this way. If your LLC is structured the correct way and the business gets sued, can they take your personal assets? Yes or no? So Andre Robb, that's a question to you. You don't even know if you don't file bankruptcy. Okay, so we got a couple of people that said yes. If you said yes, you wrong. You are wrong if you said yes. By the business being sued, that has nothing to do with your personal assets. What's up, many gigabytes? Yes, they're bankrupt or tax lien you. There's a lot of ways the system is rigged. I ain't talking about no rigged system. We can talk about conspiracy theory all day. We ain't talking about no rigged system. If you structure the business the correct way and the business gets sued, they cannot touch your personal assets. This is when y'all supposed to say, prove it. This is when y'all supposed to say, prove it. So let's learn. What's up? Albany. Show me. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all better say it, then. Say it with your chest. Say it with your chest. That's what I want to see. I need everybody in the chat to say, well, prove it then. So, well, let me show you. Let me show you then. Remember, we got to follow the rules, okay? I'm finna prove it, Aid. I'm finna prove it. The EIN is for businesses. Okay, I'm finna prove it. Now, y'all can't go back on what y'all said. We all understood that the LLC is built on a state level, correct? Yes or no? The LLC is built on a state level, correct? Yes or no? Okay, all right. Y'all ain't gotta get mad at me. Damn, okay, y'all ain't gotta get mad. Don't put that, okay. All right, y'all ain't gotta get mad. So let's go look at the LLC. Let's go look at what the government says about the LLC. We at the LLC. Let's read what the government has to say. The IRS said this. What an LLC is. A limited liability company is a business structure allowed by state statute. So are we all in agreement that the limited liability company is allowed by state statute? So what that's saying is, we understand, I'm with you, Albany. I'm with you. Remember, we just said the C Corporation and the LLC. The C Corporation and the LLC is built on a state level. We all got that. We all said yes to that because we seen it. Federal can override state aids. Okay, the federal can override the state, but it has to have a reason to override the state. It don't just override the state just because it can. The federal government has to have a reason to override the state. So don't just throw that out there like the federal government can just do what it want to do. It can't. It has to have a reason to override what the state says it's going to do. Okay? So watch this. If the LLC is built on a state level and the IRS says a limited liability company is a business structure allowed by state statute, would it be safe to say, family, I can look at the state statute of the limited liability company? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? If it's a state entity and the IRS said it's a business that's allowed by the state, shouldn't I be able to look at the state statute? Okay, everybody we in agreement then. We in agreement. You are not always federal. Okay, well, thank you. If you think that you federal, then by all means, stay federal. Stay federal. I don't know who told you that. The only thing that makes the business federal is taxes. Because if you know the law, you don't even need a EIN to start a business. You can file on a state level and skip federal all day. You don't even need an EIN for business. There y'all go. I love when y'all come in here and act like y'all know what y'all talking about. Who is federally trading? What are we talking about, family? What are we talking about? Let's stop for a minute, y'all. Let's stop for a minute because we got all these different answers that's not even talking about what I'm talking about. So let's go in. Charles Leona. Charles, you need an EIN to federally trade legally. Are we talking about trading, sir? Am I talking about trading right now? Let me ask you that question. Because y'all, I need y'all to see this because this is how people manipulate conversations. Did I say any time that we talking about trading anything? We ain't talking about trading. We're talking about an LLC. We talking about losing your personal assets if the business gets sued. That's what we talking about right now. I ain't said nothing about federally trading. I ain't said nothing about IRS says you're federal. I ain't said none of that. Don't let people move the goalpost on y'all, okay? So we gonna stay the course. You talking about the business. What business? Because we talking about the LLC. Right now, all we talking about is the business, which is the LLC. The LLC is the business. That's what we talking about. And I'm asking, can you be sued and lose your personal assets if the business get in a lawsuit and everything was structured the correct way? You said, yeah. I'm telling you that's incorrect. So let's go. Okay, y'all saying yes, that's fine. So this is my question to you then. For all those that's saying yes, this is my question. If the limited liability company is a business structure allowed by state statute, and if the LLC is a state entity, because we already know that the LLC and the C Corp are state entities. You can't even, let's go back because I don't want y'all to miss this. I don't want nobody to miss this. On a C, it's the, Watch this, because I don't want nobody to miss this. I don't want nobody to miss this. A C corporation is a legal business entity created under state law. Do everybody understand that? You right, hungry. I'm fitting this conversation. A C corporation is a legal business entity created under state law, not a federal entity. So we understand that these are state entities that we talking about. Who talking about federal? How can we talk about federal and we sitting here talking about state entities? Don't let nobody move the goalpost, y'all. You see, they can't move it on me because I know what I'm talking about. I know the business and I know business lingo, so they can't move it on me. I ain't saying nothing about federal. Why haven't I talked about federal? Because we talking about the entities and they at a state level. So the federal ain't even got nothing to do with this yet. The federal ain't got nothing to do with this yet because these are state entities. So now, since we know that they are state entities, watch this. The limited liability company is a business structure allowed by state statute. So is it safe for me to say, since they are state entities and the LLC is allowed by state statute, can I look up the Limited Liability Act about the state statute? Yes or no? Yes or no? You said, well, I know I pay federal taxes every quarter. You paying federal taxes has nothing to do with the business. You're paying federal taxes because you got a federal EIN number for the business. So that makes it a federal tax problem, not a lawsuit problem for the business. Understand the two. Your federal tax problems is not the same as a civil lawsuit on the business. That is two separate things. When you understand that, you'll understand that can't nobody put the two together because they not the same. A federal tax problem has nothing to do with a civil lawsuit problem. That's two different things. That's two different things. I didn't say what I'm saying. Are you listening? I've said what I'm saying. Are you listening? If the LLC is on a state level, that means that I can go to the state law and see what it says about the LLC. Limited Liability Act for business owners. A limited liability company is a flexible business structure authorized by state statute that combines corporate style limited liability with partnership style pass-through taxation. Owners, known as members, are not personally responsible for company debt, protecting personal assets like homes and savings from business lawsuits or bankruptcy. So explain to me how I can lose my personal assets and my business telling me that I'm protected. We not, no, 1BJ, we're not talking about taxes. We gonna get the taxes. I promise we gonna get the taxes. I'm showing y'all in the law, it shows you that you, as the responsible party, is protected from a lawsuit if the business gets sued. We're not talking about a personal guarantee. Once again, family, that's why I tell y'all, don't let them move the goalpost on you. Quite naturally, if you personal guarantee anything, you responsible. The business is not. Because why, family? You personally guaranteed it. Don't let them move the goalposts, y'all. I told y'all the biggest misconception that people try to confuse you with is this. Watch this. I was thinking CC's after your video. Lily, for real, right? Watch this. This is how people confuse you. They'll tell you everything you do, you gotta have a PG. That ain't what we talking about. You said, if my business is sued, I can lose everything. That is inaccurate information. If I don't PG anything, I can't lose anything. Because everything that's attached or associated to the business is what get lost. But they can't touch my personal assets. But why the bank requires to personally guarantee the business for a loan? The same reason anybody requires you to PG for a loan. If you got a corporation, the bank is going to require you to PG the loan. You know why? Because you ain't got no damn money. People don't want to tell you this because they don't want to hurt your feelings. But when you come over here, I like to hurt people's feelings. You ain't got no damn money. Why would I give you money off your business and your business ain't showing me you can pay me my money back? Why would I do that? Why would I do that? You ain't got no business money. You ain't got no business credit, but you coming to ask for my money and you don't want to PG it. So since they not gonna tell you, let me tell you, they asking you to PG it because your ass broke. Your business broke, you broke, and you trying to get away with their money and you don't want to pay them their money back. That's why that's why they asking you to personal PG it. See, let's stop normalizing bullshit and call it for what it is. You trying to get a loan based off of not having nothing so you can run off with their money. But when you realize they want me to PG it, well, you damn right. If you come and ask me for some money, I'ma ask your ass to PG it. I don't know you. How you gonna ask me for $1,000 and your ass don't even make over $500 for the month? So if you wouldn't give your money to nobody that you don't know, why would you expect a financial institution to give you their money and they don't know you? Message. Make it make sense. Exactly. They gonna get their money back no matter what. So here y'all are, y'all on TikTok, you really trying to figure out, man, how can I get this money without having to pay these folks back? And then when you don't get the desired answer that you want, you try to make an argument. Well, why they make you do this? They make you do that for any business entity. They make you do that for any entity. When it comes to a PG, what is a PG? What is a PG? A personal guarantee is a legally binding promise usually made by a business owner. You the one own the business. To take personal responsibility for a debt if their company cannot pay it. When you asked for the money, you knew your company couldn't pay it back. Why? Because let's be real, you trying to get the money for yourself. Uh-oh. You don't give a damn about that business. You trying to get that loan because you gonna spend it on what you want to spend it on. You don't give a damn about that business. And you wonder why they asking you for a PG. Because they know that your ass don't want to pay them back. So what they make you do is PG it. Now when your ass PG it and you don't pay me back, we know you got to get a job eventually. We gonna block all your goddamn accounts. Everything that your social security number is attached to, we gonna stop it. We gonna stop it. That's why they do it. That's why they make you PG. But where y'all make y'all mistaken is you try to act like if I got an LLC, I got to PG everything. If your ass got a C Corp, you got to PG everything. Stop letting people tell you just because you open up a different entity, you ain't got to do that. That's a bunch of bullshit. The only way you're going to get a loan off of a corporation and they don't make you PG it, your corporation has to be making money to show that the corporation can pay them folks their money back. It has to be a profitable business. If you don't have a profitable business, they ain't just giving you no money just because you went opened up a different entity and somebody then told you on TikTok the C Corporation is all that you need to do to make this success. No, it doesn't work that way. It don't work that way. And anybody teaching it to you is a full of shit on TikTok and any other social media platform. And here you are sitting here asking questions, trying to put the puzzle together so that you can figure out how to get money and you're not responsible for paying them folks their money back. Ain't nobody gonna give it to you. And when you do think that you getting it, they just manipulated your ass and took your money. Uh-oh. All they doing is manipulating your ass and finna take your money because you think they done gave you the sauce on how to go get funding and your ass ain't got no money. Okay, you still ain't gonna have no money when you go ask them folks for their shit. You still ain't gonna have it. Stop being fooled because people can show you some receipts and some Escalades and some loans. That shit works for them. That worked for them. So now that they got a little money, they on here telling you, purchase my masterclass, purchase my mentorship, and I'm going to help you become wealthy. Man, it took their ass 5 years. What make you think you going to do it in 5 months? Because you bought their masterclass, they mentorship, and they not even telling you everything. Stop playing with yourself. Stop playing with yourself. So now, we see that the limited liability company is a state entity, and we see on a state level, it says I'm protected. Well, let me go to my state. Texas business, current as of January 1st, 2024. Except as and to the extent the company agreement specifically provides otherwise. A member or manager is not liable for debt. A member or manager is not liable for a debt, obligation, or liability of a limited liability company, including a debt, obligation, or liability under a judgment, decree, or order of court. They telling you to your face, you protected, but you will let somebody come on TikTok and tell you the LLC don't even protect you. Ask them to prove it. Ask them to prove it. Don't tell me a life story that I can't prove. Because if anybody tell you that they are being sued personally because of the LLC, they a goddamn lie. The LLC protects the member and the owner. You relinquish that protection when you sign your name. So if you signed your name out of negligence because you didn't understand the business lingo, it wasn't the LLC fault. It was yours. Uh-oh. It ain't never the entity fault. The entity is designed to do what the entity is designed for. You as the responsible party has to do your part and be responsible. If you ain't responsible, how do you expect to stay protected? If you ain't, somebody said, how can you remove your name off the LLC? You can't. You can't. Now, my next question would be, why do you want to remove your name off the LLC? So you can, I said that wrong. You can remove your name, and I'm going to show you how to remove your name. But my question be, when people ask me that, why are you trying to remove your name? Why are you trying to remove your name? Anybody who doing honest business ain't worried about their name. So I just want to know, why are you trying to remove your name? To just separate? You already separated. You already separated. Hold on. You already separated to protect yourself. You already separated and you already protected. So that's incorrect information. Both of those answers are false because you already protected. You already protected. You already separated. They just told you you were separated. The law separated you. Look at what the law say. This is for any state. A member or manager is not liable for a business debt. That means that you separated. That means that you already separated. Watch this. Matter of fact, watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. What is a corporate veil? My social security number and my name attached to the LLC. So what? What does that mean? What does that mean? You said that like you just said something. What does that mean? I just showed you why your name is associated with that. It makes you a responsible party. That don't mean you're liable for anything. I just showed you that. Why are you making yourself responsible for something that you're not even responsible for? That makes no sense to me. That makes no sense to me. What you saying is the judge said you innocent, but since the people said that you guilty, you gonna go with the people. Make that make sense. If the judge say you innocent, why you worried about what everybody telling you? Go off of what these folks are saying. They just told you. Having your name listed as the responsible party on the EIN number application document does not make you a personal guarantor for business debts. They just told you that. So why are you trying to attach yourself to it? If they told you you ain't attached to the business debt, what information? Who is attaching? Well, let me ask that question. Who attaching you to the business debt? I'll wait. Who attaching you to it? Because they can't prove to you or show you how you attach to it. That's what I'm going to show you. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. What is a corporate veil? What is a corporate veil? Let's read what a corporate veil is, okay? Y'all, stop taking what people telling y'all. I'm teaching y'all. I swear I'm going to teach y'all this shit. Read. God damn it, read. Read. The corporate veil is a legal doctrine that separates, here we go. Listen, God damn it, they telling you what they telling it to you. The corporate veil is a legal doctrine that separates. God damn it, what else I gotta, I'm not telling you this. This is not my information, people. I did not go into Google and write this, okay? They telling you this. Like, please, it's not me, y'all. This is not my information. Watch. The corporate veil is a legal doctrine that separates the personality of a corporation or LLC from its owners. Let me blow this shit up. Maybe y'all can't see it. Let me blow it up a little bit, because maybe y'all can't see it. Maybe y'all don't see what I'm reading, goddammit. Maybe y'all just ain't seeing what I'm reading. It separates a corporation and the LLC from its owners. It's showing a blue light. Well, I'm sorry, Lele. I'm trying to help it not show a blue light. Well, take my word for it, goddammit, because I'm reading it to you. I'm turning my head. I ain't making these words up. Acting as a shield that protects personal assets from business debt and legal liability. Y'all, this is not me. I did not go in the system and become AI and tell Google to make this up so y'all can believe me. I didn't do that. I'm simply showing you what people ain't gonna show you on this app, because they trying to sell you a product, and if they show you the truth, you will question them. I want you to question everybody, as you should. It treats the business as a distinct legal entity, ensuring shareholders are generally only responsible for company obligations up to their investment amount. Y'all, they telling you you ain't even, you protected by a corporate shield. Why are we listening to people acting like this is false? They didn't make this up and you can go against it. A corporate shield protects you from the business. That's why they call it the corporate veil. That's why they call it the corporate veil. For a reason. They don't want you to know this. So watch this. When it tells you that a member or manager is not liable for a debt, they got other avenues in place to show you that that's the reality. It's the truth. The corporate veil. The corporate veil only gets broken by you doing something negligent in the business pertaining to your taxes or anything else, or you simply doing something illegal or commingling funds. Yes, sir.
How you doing, bro? I just want to commend you, bro. I've been knowing you for a minute, man. This is Kadar, man. I was with you in the glass house. They just don't understand. You've been studying this shit for so long, bro.
I
I've been in the
have,
glass
bro.
house. Indirectly, bro. Speaking, I'm not telling our business, right? But I was on the glass house with you, man. Bro,
For
you've
sure.
been studying this stuff for so long, and you're making me laugh because you say, you say it's right here. But I used to see you sitting in the day room day after day with them books every day. And I'm very
Yes,
proud
sir.
of you. And I'm here to testify about it, bro. I'm very proud of you, man. Because when I saw you pop on there, I said, hey, man, I know this man. I don't know if you look. I don't know if you remember me, bro. I want you to see I want you to see my face. But I don't even remember. I'm Kadar. I was the Muslim brother out in the glass house. I was the Muslim brother from Georgia. They called me Georgia boy. But hey, man, say, man, the way you doing your thing on this TikTok, man, say, man, eat, son. But they don't know, man, you know your business, man, because you've been doing
For
it for
sure.
years. But you know what he's talking about, y'all.
For
Please
sure.
listen to him. Please follow him. What he's telling you is real. His business, because he's been studying his business for so long, man.
For sure.
And I've seen his growth. And bro, say, but you made me laugh so hard. I think you made all of us laugh. We all laugh because it's all the information people do not read, bro.
For
What
sure.
Malcolm X say? What they say? He said the best place to hide the information is what? In a book.
In a book.
And it's right. You're showing them on the screen. Fuck
sure.
a blue light. Excuse me. No, that's the blue light. It's right there. I see it. We all see it. It's right there. You got it on the screen every day. You say this every morning. You're on your persistence and you tell everybody about what they need to do to get their business together. Me, I messed up by getting sole proprietorship. Now you're educating me about the S Corp, my LLC, and I've been telling my partner the same thing. Get your business thing. Get your EIN. Everything is free. EINs is free. Everybody, you got to pay for it. You don't. I can find my own LLC. I can find my own LLC.
For sure.
And you can find it. You don't have to pay nobody to do it. But if you're just lazy like that, you don't want to do it, this man can do it. I can do it for you. Anybody can do it for you. For sure. But it's free. All the information's out there, man. I was just commending you, bro. And I know you don't remember it, but it's okay. I was on the glass. I know you forget about that glass house memory.
I ain't forgot shit. I did 10 years. I ain't forgot shit. I can't forget that.
You can't. But bro, you've been doing this same. I've been knowing you for so long.
For sure.
I remember you doing this in the glass house. Only then you know the conversation we were saying. You know about the glass house. You've been still being persistent and consistent, man. Keep up the work. Keep on teaching these people and give them the growth, man, because your knowledge is going forever extend, all right?
I'm gone.
And please, y'all, listen to this man. He's doing his thing. Listen to him. He giving you the game.
I appreciate that.
I'm always looking. I'm always looking. Remember that.
For sure. For sure.
All right, brother.
Hey, that's crazy. So I just followed you back, and I'm gonna go look at your profile because I know I'll remember you when I see you. And for those that know, he talking about the glass house. He talking about, man, I've had a long time, y'all, man, I've done a lot of education. Stop letting people tell you just because I ain't got the title don't mean I'm dumb. Just because my business don't have the title above my name, hey, it don't mean I don't know what I'm talking about, man. But yeah, man, thank you for coming up sharing that, though. Appreciate it. So as it's reading to comprehend. I know I had to read it several times. For sure, Divine One. Yeah, I had to learn the lessons in life, hard lessons in life, but I'm here now. I'm here now, and my job now, what God has put me in front of the people for now is teach the people. Yeah, I know it's going to be something to go against what I say. I don't care. I'm going to show you. I can't make you, Miss Cookie in the building. What's up, family? I can't make you believe what the word's saying right in your face. If you choose to believe what somebody else saying and they ain't showed you to back up what they saying, that ain't my problem. I'm here to show you what I know. Because we gonna put it in, we gonna put the blueprint, I'm gonna make the blueprint fit for you. So back to the LLC, y'all. When we follow this, this is where a lot of people making a mistake at. This is where a lot of people making a mistake at, and I'm gonna help y'all. Okay, watch this. Y'all recall we got the EIN for the LLC, okay? We got the EIN for the LLC. This where we're getting misled at on this app. Y'all will hear, as a disregarded entity, I have to file my taxes as a sole proprietor. So when I file my taxes, I'm saying I made all that money from the business. So since I made all that money from the business, if the business was to get sued, can they take my money? Yes or no? Okay. I see a yes. I see no's. Okay. I told y'all if I can just teach one. I see another yes. If I can teach one. What if you didn't earn any income that year? What would you be able to do still? Let's say you earned income. We're going to say you earned $100,000. Let's say you earned income. This is where everybody make their mistake at. Remember I told y'all, don't let people move the goalposts. The way you file your taxes has nothing to do with your business entity. I'm going to say that again. The way you file your taxes has nothing to do with you being, with the business being sued. The business being sued has nothing to do with how you file the tax. Watch this. I'm finna prove it to you. This where the mistake come in at. As a disregarded entity, remember that, what you file at the end of the year, a Schedule C, right? Is we in agreement with that? We file a Schedule C as a 1099, right? A Schedule C, the 1040. Okay, well, take my word for it. Take my word for it. So, if we file the Schedule C, this is what you see. Profit or loss from business. Now you see what y'all see up there. Sole proprietorship. This is how people manipulate y'all on this app. Watch this. Just because I filed taxes as a sole proprietorship, does that make me a sole proprietor? Yes or no? We got 2 people that said no. 3 people. Y'all, just because you file your taxes as a sole proprietorship, that didn't make you a sole proprietor. Watch this. Let me show you. Watch this. Who needs an EIN? Who needs an EIN? See, this is the part y'all be missing. Because people stop reading. They stop reading. Watch this. It's thank you, Divine One. You didn't set your business up that way. See, if you don't understand, I'm telling y'all, if you don't catch what people telling you on here when they talking about business, they'll manipulate you because you simply don't understand the business. I'm trying to teach y'all the business so a person can't manipulate you. Watch this though. Who needs an EIN number? You need an EIN if you got employees, if you need to pay employment, excise, alcohol, firearm, or tobacco taxes, or withhold taxes on income. You need an EIN number if you're doing that. But they stop reading right there, y'all. Watch this. Let's go further. You also need an EIN number to operate any of these entities. Partnership, limited liability company, corporation, tax exempt organization, estate, trust, retirement plan, real estate, farmers cooperative. Did y'all see anywhere on there where the IRS said a sole proprietor need an EIN number? Boy, when you do your research and you look at what I'm looking at, boy, you get to seeing people will manipulate the hell out of you on this app because they already know you don't know this. You don't even see sole proprietor up there. So who the hell then made you a sole proprietor just because you finna file your taxes as a disregarded entity? So let's go back to the Schedule C. Let's go back. When you file as a sole proprietor and you kept all that money, that does not negate the fact that you got an EIN number and you still a LLC. You want to know how I know? Watch this. Hey, boy, when you put this together, you can go back and forth and it'll back you up on everything you say. Watch this, family. Watch this, family. Watch this. Classifications. Classifications. Watch this, family. Depending on election made by the LLC and the number of members, the IRS will treat an LLC as either a corporation, partnership, or as part of the LLC's owner's tax return, a disregarded entity. So, if the LLC can be a corporation or a partnership, does that mean when you file your taxes as a S Corp, you not a LLC no more? You a S Corp? If you file your taxes as a C Corp on the 8832 form, does that mean your LLC is all of a sudden a C Corp? No, it does not. It don't mean that. It means you chose the tax entity to be taxed as S Corp, C Corp, or a disregarded entity. Which makes you, if you a disregarded entity, watch this, family, it makes you file Form 1040, Schedule C, sole proprietorship. You want to know how I know? Watch this, family. Man, this shit get good. This shit get good. What is a disregarded entity? It all comes together, y'all. I can't make this up. A disregarded entity is a business structure with a single owner, most commonly a single member LLC, that is recognized as a separate legal entity under state law, but ignored by the IRS for federal income tax purposes. The business's income and deductions are reported on the owner's personal tax return, usually via Schedule C. Well, ain't that something? Didn't it just say the Schedule C? So we gotta go back to the Schedule C then. Sole proprietorship, but you still a LLC. So that income that you kept on your taxes has nothing to do with the business lawsuit. It ain't got nothing to do with the business lawsuit. That is for tax purposes only. But people will manipulate you because they know you're not going to research this simply because we don't even know this. So if you don't know it, I can tell you anything. And rather you go research what I say, you just take my word for it. That is why I show y'all what I teach you, so you can connect the dots yourself and see I ain't making this up. Now watch this. This is what they'll tell you. They'll tell you LLC's only tax return as a disregarded entity. They'll tell you the federal government don't even recognize the LLC on a federal level. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever heard anybody say the federal government don't even recognize the LLC on a federal level. Put a 1 in the chat. I'm manipulating these tax purposes. ATL Hardhead, okay. Divine One, okay. It's a lot of y'all then, okay. Y'all heard that. Y'all have heard that, okay. Damn, Sip Boy put a lot of ones. Okay, so you must have heard it a lot of times. You must have heard it a lot of times. Now, for everybody who put a 1 in the chat, I got another question. Put a 2 in the chat if you ever read that yourself. VQ, what's up, family? How you doing? Y'all don't get quiet on me. Put a 2 in the chat if you've ever read anywhere where it said the federal government don't recognize the LLC on a federal level. Lee Burt, Somebody who, let me put your name up here. Let me put you up here. I gotta pin this. Lee Burt Bailey. Come to the front. Thank you, VQ. Lee Burt, come to the front. I got a question for you, Lee Burt. Lee Burt, where you read that at? And you better not tell me you seen it in a blog. You better not tell me you read that in a blog. Where have you seen that the federal government don't recognize the LLC on a federal level? I'll wait. Tell us where you seen it at. And you better not say nobody blog, because that don't count. Because that's their words. Come on, Lee Burt. Come on, Lee Burt. I gotta see his answer. I gotta see this. Where you seen that at? Da-na-na-na, da-na-na, da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na. Lee Burt, you ain't gonna find that, bro. You looking at ChatGPT right now. And you still ain't found the answer. I was in a program and I had a lady helping me, showing me the setup. Lee Burt, that lady that was showing you something, she was showing you her own information, bro. You ain't seen that nowhere. Lee Burt, don't even worry about it, bro. Do you really think I would ask that question if I thought you could prove it to me? You can't. Lee Burt, you ain't seen that nowhere. ChatGPT can't even find that. AI, Tesla can't even find that answer. So Lee Burt, let me help you out, Lee Burt. Watch this. Watch this, Lee Burt. Watch this. Lee Burt, watch this. Watch this. I want to show you something. Lee Burt. Watch this. Watch this. Is Pilot Flying J a LLC, Lee Burt? Yes. Pilot Flying J operates as a Pilot Travel Center LLC. Watch this now, Lee Burt. Watch this. Watch this. How much is Pilot Flying J worth? Pilot Flying J was sold to Berkshire Hathaway for a total of approximately $13.65 billion. You mean to sit here and tell me that the federal government don't recognize a LLC that just made $13.65 billion? I'll wait. Ain't no way the federal government ain't recognizing the LLC and it just made billions of dollars. Stop it, man. Stop it. You definitely recognize when we talking about the disregarded entity. Remember this, people. Disregarded entity is for tax purposes only. It's not saying we don't recognize the LLC. It's saying we don't recognize the entity due to tax purposes. You want to know how I know it says that? Because if you keep reading, it'll tell you that it recognizes it on. Watch this. For income tax purposes, an LLC with only one member is treated as an entity disregarded as separate from its owner. As separate from its owner. Which means, good evening, Sanaa. What's going on, family? Which means the reason it's saying it's a disregarded entity, when you file taxes, they only need your social security because you filing as a disregarded entity, which is what, family, on the Schedule C? Sole proprietorship. So if you filing as a sole proprietorship and you taking on all of the income, why do they need your EIN number? Why do they need it? It's the same information. It's the same information. So you don't need, you don't need to file both of them. So they simply not recognizing the EIN because you just need to file with your social security number. It's really that simple. I've never asked this question. I've never asked this question. I ain't never asked this question. The EIN, yes, the EIN separates you from the entity, correct. I ain't never asked this question. I told y'all some of this stuff just be coming to me. I don't know why I've never asked this question. Watch this. Does the IRS recognize an LLC? Look at what that, look at what it said. Yes. I can't even make this shit up. I ain't never asked this. And I did this wasn't even in my search log. I ain't never asked this. Because I thought people really would know that whoever telling you that the IRS don't recognize the LLC is wrong. Like, come on, man. Yes, the IRS recognizes a limited liability company as a valid business entity, but it does not recognize it as a distinct classification for federal income tax purposes. Exactly, D. Trent. They manipulating the language. Y'all, I swear to y'all, if you don't understand this stuff, people on TikTok will teach you something and manipulate the hell out of you simply because they know you don't even know what to ask and you don't know what to look for. So they give you inaccurate information so you can purchase their product. That's what they do. Instead, the IRS defaults to taxing LLC based on the number of members as a sole proprietorship, one owner, or as a partnership, multiple owners, or allows it to elect corporate taxation. You can use both, Deuce. I'm going to get to that. You can use both for funding. I'm going to show you how. I'm going to get to that, Deuce. This is where it is, Lily. It really is, though. It's the oldest trick in the book because they know you really don't understand. Prime example, I'm finna help some of y'all out right now. Some of y'all on here, y'all are familiar with the legacy builder. Uh-oh. Y'all familiar with the legacy builder. Uh-oh. And this is what y'all hear. I'm finna show you how quickly and how easy I can manipulate you. Here we are. You finna purchase 5 corporations. When you get these 5 corporations, they give you 3 of them in the state of Wyoming. Now everybody asks them, why am I going to Wyoming? For tax benefits. For tax benefits. So here you thinking, I'm going to Wyoming because I ain't got to pay taxes. So you know what they tell you? This is what they teach you. This is what they teach you. Watch this. Wyoming does not have a state corporate income tax. Uh-oh. Wyoming does not have state income tax or state corporate income tax. And guess what you heard? You just heard Wyoming ain't got no state taxes or no corporate taxes. Put a 2 in the chat if you just heard that. Put a 2 in the chat. You just heard Wyoming ain't got no state income tax or no corporate income tax. Put a 2 in the chat if you heard that. Man, thank damn. Sip Boys put two. God damn. Too early, too many times. Watch this. This how easily it is to manipulate you. Now, you get these Wyoming companies and they just told you you don't have to worry about no state or corporate income tax. So you like, oh shit, I'm in there. Well, that's cool. Let's go and open them corporate taxes up then. Let's go and open them companies up. I ain't tripping because I ain't got to pay taxes on them. They even offer you 5-year taxes for free to purchase the Legacy Builder. So now they even tell you to rotate $1,000 between these companies. You ain't tripping. You ain't tripping. You know why you ain't tripping? Because you know they gonna do the taxes for you, and Wyoming ain't got no state or corporate income tax, so all the money you rotating, you feel like you ain't even gotta pay taxes on it. But you stop reading. You let them read, and you didn't read no more. Hold, please. Wyoming is consistently ranked as having one of the most business-friendly tax climates in the U.S. with no corporate income tax. Right now, y'all over there hollering and shouting, oh, Mac, you done came with the sauce. Y'all get to throwing lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my. He done gave you the sauce. No personal income tax, no franchise tax, and no gross receipt tax. Oh boy, y'all hollering now. Y'all thanking God. Y'all saying Mac Enterprise gotta be for president. Y'all own it now. Y'all like, oh, he done gave me the sauce. Allow me to finish reading for you though. Allow me to be the bearer of bad news. Businesses in Wyoming only pay federal corporate income taxes. Businesses in Wyoming only pay federal corporate income taxes. Hold, please. As of 2026, the federal corporate tax rate for businesses in Wyoming, as in all U.S. states, is a flat 21% on taxable income. So you mean to tell me I gotta pay 21% taxes on each one of these companies in Wyoming because they federally corporate taxed? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Now, if I was to divulge to you that information, would you still purchase the Legacy Builder? I'll wait. But we talking about transparency and integrity. How you being transparent, but you ain't letting me know I gotta pay federal taxes on these 3 companies, And the reason I know I'm going to have to pay it is because I'm rotating money through these companies. But I operate on transparency. No, I'm transparent with what I want you to see. I'm transparent with what I want you to see. Everything else, though, I'm going to manipulate the hell out of you. Make it make sense. Oh! But hold up. It gets even better. Because now I'm finna manipulate you even further. I'm finna manipulate you even further. Because now, when people ask, well, damn, don't you gotta pay federal corporate taxes? You know what you say? You know what you hear now? Watch what you hear now. Why are you worried about federal corporate taxes? Tesla just filed taxes this year and they paid $0. Here go another form of manipulation. Somewhere you believe your ass is Tesla. They didn't made you believe you Tesla. How the hell you go from being a private company to being Tesla to where you gonna pay $0 on taxes? They get mad at me. They get mad at me because I exposed the bullshit. But ask yourself that, because now y'all finna say, you know what y'all finna say? Prove it. I'm finna prove it to you. Watch this. Watch this. I'm finna prove it to you. I ain't got no problem with proving it. I ain't got no problem with proving it. Watch this. Watch this. Why Tesla didn't pay federal corporate taxes in 2025? Watch this. Watch this. Yeah, you're inspiring to be. Real talk. And look, that's how they gonna get out that lawsuit. They gonna get out this by saying, well, you wanna become that. I'm teaching you how to become that. You ain't that, and you ain't gonna be that. But I need you to give me $10,000, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. And they don't even show you how to do it. But watch what Tesla said. Tesla did not pay federal corporate income tax on its estimated $5.7 billion in 2025. Now here your ass is, you ain't even got $5.5 thousand, but you finna try to be Tesla with some Wyoming companies and not pay taxes. Let's go back and read how they got away with it though. Primarily due to legal tax strategies. They finna do your taxes for free for 5 years or a lifetime. They ain't got no damn tax strategies. How they got a tax strategy on a business that just started? How they got a tax strategy on that? So we know that's out the window. Let's keep reading. Including massive research and development credit. Your small ass ain't got nothing massive about these corporations, but you think they finna use R&D on the tax return to get you to file zero taxes on these companies. Let's keep reading. Let's keep reading. Accelerated depreciation on factory equipment. You ain't even got no damn equipment. How you gonna file something and get a tax break on it and you ain't got it? How you gonna do it? Let's keep reading. And carrying forward, oh, it's the best one. And carrying forward past net operating loss. Your ass just started this business. You're rotating $1,000 of the same damn money, and yet you think somebody finna help you eliminate corporate taxes. Man, your ass going to jail. to jail for tax evasion, tax fraud, tax creeping, tax sleeping, tax everything, goddamn it, because your ass ain't doing right. You ain't doing right. Make it make sense. But y'all want to be mad at me. You want to be mad at me because I'm just exposing you the truth and showing you buying into some bullshit. They done told you the C corporation is complicated. Okay, I agree with that. I'm in agreement with that. They done told you it's complicated to understand how to properly structure the corporation. Yes or no? Is it not complicated? Yes or no, family? Yes or no? I'm really asking that question. Is this not complicated to understand the corporation? Why would they arrest him? Why would they arrest him? He ain't doing nothing wrong. Just because you don't know what you buying, that don't make him wrong. Shit, he can tell you what he want to tell you. He ain't at fault. That's your ass at fault. They can't arrest nobody for giving you information and you pay for information that you think you got that you don't understand. That ain't his fault. That's your fault. They need to arrest your ass. He ain't at fault. Shit. So, my question now is, if it's complicated for one corporation and you need to come to me or my company to help you, why the hell am I gonna sell you 4 more corporations? Why am I gonna sell you 4 more? If you don't understand one, I ain't never heard you teach on any of the other ones. All we teaching about, all I've heard you talking about is getting the corporations opened up, cause the legacy builder, and doing a strike play. You ain't showed nobody how to even operate these companies the correct way. You know how I know people don't understand how to operate in the correct way? Because you would realize that, watch this, you can't have a parent company if the parent company don't own 51% of the operating company. Uh-oh. 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 Let's look at it. Let's look at it. Don't take my word for it. Don't take my word for it. Shoot. What is a parent company? A parent company is an entity that owns or controls another company, known as a subsidiary, usually by holding more than 50% of its voting stock. Ask anybody, how do you have a parent company if they haven't connected the shares from the operating company to the parent company and gave the parent company 51% of the shares of the operating company? Uh-oh. So you mean to tell me you ain't even got a real parent company? You don't even have a real parent company. They haven't even gave you the decency to teach you how to make the parent company a parent company to the operating company. So now I done gave you a state filing piece of paperwork and told you it's a parent company and you believe it and you ain't got nothing but another goddamn operating company. Uh-oh. Now watch this. You really finna get mad now. Property management company. Show me on the IRS or the Secretary of State filing where you can open up a property management company. I'll wait. Uh-oh. I'll wait. You want to know what the real name is? Would y'all like to know what the real name of a property management firm is? Would you want to know the real name or what they have to actually file for you? But the reason they changed the name because our money on here telling y'all the game. Let me help you out. Real Estate Investment Trust. When you file, you can only file as a real estate investment trust, and you can name it your property management firm. But you don't have a property management firm. You got to have a real estate investment trust. The reason they changed the name is because you can't have a real estate investment trust and you ain't got no goddamn real estate. How can I give you a real estate investment trust and you don't have no real estate? You ain't got none. Which means it's not a real estate investment trust. So what does that mean? That means now you ain't got a real estate investment trust. You ain't got no parent company. Shit. You just got 3 corporations. You ain't even paying what you paying for, you not even getting. You paying for somebody to tell you a structure or a strategy, but they didn't even have the decency to put it together for you. But they talk about transparency. How's it transparent if ain't none of it connected? Now we gotta go to the holding company. Holding company. You don't have a holding company if the holding company doesn't control each one of the other entities up under it. The only way it can control the real estate investment trust, the parent company, or the operating company, it has to have what, family? 100% of the shares to control it. So explain to me how you even got a goddamn holding company. You can't, because none of it's connected. But they told you they gonna connect the dots for you. They told you they gonna connect the dots for you. When? After you give them $8,000 and now you gotta go put the shit together yourself now? Or pay somebody like me and my company to put it together for you? Then they tell you the IRS don't even know that you giving the money to your nonprofit. They never said you couldn't own the nonprofit. Message. Sir, that ain't no message. That is not a good message. You wanna know how I know it ain't a good message? You can't even own the nonprofit by yourself. This nonprofit can't even be private. It ain't even a nonprofit if you don't file the short form or the long form in order for the government, which is the IRS, to approve you to even get funding from one of your companies. Did that do that for you? Come on, y'all. They hate me on this app. They hate me on this app. Boy, they hate me on this app. Because now, y'all can't sit here and tell me the light bulb really going off in your head like, I be damn. I be damn. This some bullshit. Exactly, only a board of directors for the nonprofit. But they telling you by yourself. And now they telling you to rotate all this money because UPS and FedEx do it. Once again, let me break this down for y'all. Your ass ain't FedEx and you ain't UPS. Those are two public-facing companies, and here your private ass over here opening up a single member corporation thinking you finna do what UPS and everybody else doing. Make it make sense. I'm just asking y'all to make it make sense. I just want you to make it make sense to me. If you can make it make sense to me, I might believe it. But you know why I can't believe it? I paid for it. Uh-oh. I paid for it and seen this a bunch of bullshit. I ain't got none of this shit. I got 5 goddamn corporations. I got 5 corporations and they ain't shit. You mean to tell me I done spent thousands of dollars and I can't even use this shit because it ain't together? Why do I need to go all the way to Wyoming? If this was the case, I could have just opened up 5 goddamn companies in the state I live in and did a goddamn strike rotation. Uh-oh. I told y'all, man, it get good over here, man. It get good over here, man. It get, people say I'm mad. What I'm mad about? I ain't mad. I am never mad. I'm just showing you the facts now since I've learned. What they say, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. You ain't gonna fool me 3 times. Look, you fooled me on the master class. So since I didn't understand that, I let me buy the legacy builder. You ain't fooling me again. You ain't gonna fool me again. You fooled me on the master class. Shame on me. You fooled me on the legacy builder. Shame on you. Oh, it ain't gonna be no 3rd time. We ain't going to the journey to success. We ain't getting to the journey. No. You ain't gonna get me like that. I know I'm intelligent. If I didn't understand the first 2, I'd be damn if I'm finna try to understand the 3rd one. You's a lie. No, you won't. So I simply come on here and I give the information, and now I show people, watch this. Let me bring it home for you now. Let me wipe my camera off so y'all can see me. There we go. Now what I show people is, from what I recognized, I got a strike loan for one company. Well, I'll be damn. As I'm sitting here watching you teaching me to rotate $1,000 between these 4 companies. And I'm supposed to believe I'm finna get 4 loans. Y'all ain't never seen not one person say they got 4 loans. 1 loan from each company. Y'all ain't never seen that. If you lie and tell me you have, you're going to hell. I'm just gonna tell you straight up because your ass is lying. Ain't nobody ever showed y'all that they got a loan off each one of these companies. Ain't nobody ever showed you that. What I will tell you, they'll tell you, they got a loan off of 1 company or 2 companies. Even he ain't got a loan off all 4 companies. He only show you 12 loans from his consulting firm and 3 loans from the wedding venue. Uh-oh. Watch this. I'm finna hurt some feelings. Since he show his loans every day, start looking at the name that the loans came to. Consulting. Consulting, wedding venue. Consulting, wedding venue. Consulting, wedding venue. That's only 2 companies, family. That's only 2 companies, family. Then, watch this. If you've been following for a little while, the story is I got my first strike loan on a fluke. Uh-oh. What you mean? I didn't even know Stripe was giving loans. Uh-oh. What you mean? The first loan was $95,000. Uh-oh. You mean to tell me your first loan was $95,000? If your first loan was $95,000 and you teaching me that they give you half of what the business made, that means your business was making damn near $200,000. Uh-oh. In order for you to get a $95,000 loan, the business had to be making double that for them to give it to you. So you mean to tell me you ain't even rotated $1,000 between these companies? Because who would go down if they already able to get that much? Nobody. Ain't nobody gonna do that. So you teaching me something that you ain't even done. You ain't rotated all these companies. You know how I know you ain't rotated these companies? All your loans is from one company, and the other 3 is from the wedding venue that we know making money. From who? Us, because we paying for the legacy builder. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. So now you under the impression, since somebody can show you a whole lot of loans, a Cadillac Escalade they just got, that they say they didn't have to sign their name on. Do you know why they didn't sign their name on it? Because somebody else signed their name. Well, who was that? The other company. Because the other company making money, so it can PG the loan to where you don't have to PG it. Uh-oh. Man, I'm teaching now. The reason they don't have to PG it is because they got a company that can PG it, because it's showing it made enough money to PG it. Newsflash, you ain't the same. My method ain't gonna work for you. We 2 different people. I got a business that's been generating income. Here you are thinking that the legacy builder changed my life. Yeah, after 4 goddamn years. But somehow in your simple mind, you thinking, well, hell, it'll change mine too in 4 months. You want to know how I know we simple-minded? Because I was simple-minded. So I'm talking about me. So don't get in your feelings. I'm talking about me. Why? Because of the presentation. I only operate in transparency and integrity. And if you gonna do business with me, all I ask you to do is operate with transparency and integrity. And I'm gonna help you every step of the way. Bullshit. 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 So now you believe you can get an American Express. Oh, they flown that American Express like that's the new thing now. They just got it. They ain't had that goddamn American Express card 4 months. And they'll make you feel like you less than or your business is less than because you ain't got it. Motherfucker, you just got it 4 months ago. You've been doing this shit 4 years. You know why? Because they also had to personal guarantee it. Stop letting people tell you their story and you can't prove their story. If you walk in any bank, if you think I'm lying, try it Monday morning if you ain't got to work. If you ain't got to go to work Monday morning and the bank open, go to any bank and just ask the teller or anybody in the stands and say, ma'am, if I open up a CD for my business and put $10,000 in it, can I pull out that money and use it without PGing? They gonna tell you hell no. If you think I'm lying, go try it and ask me how I know. People is fake as fuck on this app, y'all. And the ones that's real, we gotta fight 10 times harder because we ain't trying to prove shit to you. We just gonna give you the information. And we the ones get questioned 1,000,000 times over. Simply because we so accustomed to fake. Our minds love seeing the reality of some shit people putting together. And don't realize that them be the fakest ones. Them be the fakest ones. So watch this. You mean to tell me you can show me all this information about the loans you got, the Cadillac Escalade, and the Amex information, but you can't show me that the Wyoming gotta pay a 21% federal corporate tax? You mean to tell me you ain't gonna let me know about foreign qualifying if I'm doing business in another state, but I had you make my company in Wyoming? We just gonna leave all that out. We just gonna act like we don't know that that's information that needs to be given. But I talk about transparency. So, watch this. Yes, that's Delaware also. That's Delaware also. So, watch this. These kids something else. What's up, family? If you don't have a business, let me show y'all how we do this. If all you got is a 1099, a W-2, and you want to leverage your corporation, when I say leverage, that means this corporation is just a corporation, y'all. It ain't shit. It's nothing. Don't think of it as nothing. This is one way of leveraging a corporation to get funding without running your social security number, without having a PG. This is one way to leverage your business through your job. That's a 1099 or a W-2, how you're getting paid. And for those that are have morals, and I don't want to lie. I ain't finna tell Uncle Sam I'm doing this and I ain't doing it. I got something for you. Just say that this corporation is a consulting firm. Just say you're a consultant. Okay? That way you ain't lying. Watch this. If I call you right now and I ask you for some information, what did you just do for me? You just consulted me. If your sister, your mama, your daddy, your brother, your uncle, whatever call you and you give them information, what did you just do? You just consulted them. Well, there go your damn business and you ain't got to worry about you lying. So when you go to church tomorrow, you ain't got to say, Father God, forgive me for I have sinned. Okay? We just gonna do it like that because you consult every day. When you talk to people and give them advice, you consult every day. So you're not lying, okay, y'all? Okay. Oh, I get a lot of those, dude. Exactly, Nurse T. It's a lot of these that happens. So now watch this. We using this company to leverage. Hey, what's up, Shima? We using this company to leverage for money later on. Why? You don't even need this company right now, y'all. You don't even need this company right now. You know why you don't need that company right now? Because you already making money off your 1099, off your job, your W-2 and 1099. What you're going to do, though, you're going to take this money that you're making from your job and you're going to write an ACH check to the corporation. You're going to put the check into the corporation just to show that the corporation making money. It's your money. If it's a W-2, it already been taxed. You don't have to worry about it being taxed. If it's a 1099, just say that you got a corporation and you gave the money all to the corporation and filed taxes on the corporate level. Why? This is going to come in handy when you have to leverage it to go to a financial institution like Stripe or whatever. Not really Stripe, because Stripe, you got to show them information. But watch this. You can even do it through Stripe, but we not. This is just a financial way of leveraging a corporation. When they need to see your profit and loss statements from your business, what ends up happening now is you can show that this corporation actually made income. Because every time you got paid, the corporation got paid. Leverage the corporation later to get a loan. Know what you need the loan for in order to generate more income. That's how you leverage these corporations. That's one way. Watch this. If you have the LLC, I will never tell you, no, it does not become a PG. You did not become a PG. You know why? They're giving you the loan based off what the company made. They're giving you the loan based off what the company was doing. That's why it's a corporation. Remember that. You're getting a loan based off what the company did, not you. We keeping you from PGing. Now watch this. If you got an LLC, I will tell you not to get rid of your LLC. The LLC ain't hurting you. Watch how this LLC finna help you. Let's say your LLC is a trucking company. The first line of defense is what, family? Insurance. Truck company. Truck, land, money. This LLC has insurance, trucks, land, and money. This is what people make their mistake at, family. They'll tell y'all, if the company wants to be sued, you can lose your personal assets. Well, if your personal assets is attached to the LLC, they are absolutely correct. So what does that mean we got to do? We have to move our assets so that they're protected. As a responsible party, you got money, cars, and a home. Remember, family, we already disclosed that we separated from this. Watch this. I've never told y'all that the LLC is protected. Put a 2 in the chat if I've ever told you that the LLC is protected. Put a 2 in the chat. If you've been listening to me and I told you that the LLC is protected, put a 2 in the chat. I ain't never told y'all that. The LLC ain't protected. Who protected, family? Who protected? The responsible party, the members, the owners, they the ones protected. The LLC ain't protected. You protected from the business. If y'all keep the lessons in mind, can't nobody manipulate you. You protected. The responsible party is protected from all this. Why? The EIN is for the business. The LLC is a business structure on a state level. How are you operating the business on a state level for the business? You see how it all come together? So now what happens is, if the LLC gets sued, you can lose the truck, your land, and your money because all your assets is attached to the LLC. So now guess what we gonna do? We gonna move our assets. Now we got a holding company that's a C corporation. And guess what it got now? It got trucks in it, it got land, and it got the money. So guess what the LLC got to do? The LLC got to rent the trucks for its company to make money. It got to lease the land for its company to park its trucks on. And the holding company going to keep the money. It's going to keep the money. You don't have to wait. No, you don't have to wait. You don't have to wait. You can move your assets whenever you want. So now the holding company has all the assets that the business is using to make a profit. So now guess what happens, family? If the LLC gets sued, insurance steps in. If the insurance can't afford it, the LLC has to file bankruptcy because it doesn't have any assets for anybody to take. Why? Because it was renting and leasing the assets to make its profit. It just means that C Corp, S Corp is not a name for it that doesn't have nothing in front of it. That's all you do. It's just an agreement. It's just an agreement. It's just an agreement. Because the holding company just has to own everything. Since it owns everything, the LLC, which is the business, has to rent or lease. Guess what that's called? Business to business. Uh-oh. Now you got your Stripe account linked up. You doing business to business with two businesses that's going through Stripe. All Stripe say 3 months. And they actual businesses. They actual businesses. They not this made up shit. And not one time have you heard me say Wyoming. Why do I care about Wyoming? Why am I trying to hide and I ain't doing nothing wrong? You ain't got that much money to where you need to be anonymous and to try to save on some taxes. Should the LLC be on the parenting company instead of individual? The LLC should be under the holding company. It should just be up under your holding company. Because now all you're doing is you using the holding company as a means to hold all the assets. So if you was ever to be sued, remember, the person already protected. Personal assets already protected. Now you got extra protection on the assets of the business that's making you money. And you're not worried about the LLC. Why? The LLC is supposed to fend for itself anyway. It doesn't matter, King Wick. It doesn't matter. So when y'all ask which one to open first, it doesn't matter. You can open up the holding company first, or you can open up. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Why is the writ up there? You came in late. The writ is up here because I'm telling people that they don't really have it. That's another topic. You came in late. I'm just showing people that they don't really have a real estate investment trust if they go buy the legacy builder. That's how late you is. Run tell that. Can you put an LLC in a trust instead of a holding company? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. But why would you? That would be my next question. Why would you? Everything is already protected. Why am I going to put a trust with this? Can anybody answer that? If I'm protected and my assets are protected, why am I adding a trust? Can anybody tell me that? Because everybody keeps saying trust, 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 trust. If my assets from my business is protected and my personal assets for me are protected, what am I getting a trust for? What am I getting a trust for? You do it. Why overcomplicate a smooth situation? I'm from Houston, Texas. Why overcomplicate any of this, y'all? Added protection. You already protected. It don't get no more protected than this. Is the trust just for protection from probate in the event of death? It could be. It could be, but I would still ask, why would you even do that when you could just simply just put whoever name you want on it when you finna go to the upper room? So how is the personal assets protected? Tequila, we already talked about that. After LLC, will you need a holding company LLC to protect the other LLC from suing? Yes, but do not. I'm gonna tell you the reason I made this holding company a C Corp. The C Corporation has benefits that the LLC holding company won't have. You feel me? It has, watch. How much can a C Corporation hold back on taxes? You need to learn about trust. No, I don't, because I'm not worried about no trust. I don't need to learn about no trust because I'm not at the age where I'm even worried about a trust right now. But I do. You know what? You're right though. I do need to learn more about them. I do need to learn more about them, but I'm good on them right now. So I don't even teach about them because I'm not. To me, that's doing too much right now. We just starting. You just get into business. You know what I'm saying? I agree. Anything can happen. So if something were to happen right now, do you know where everything go to for me? My wife. So explain to me, everybody's situation different. Explain to me, why do I need a trust when I know if something happened to me, everything goes to my wife? Everything. So why do I need a trust? See what I mean? You see? So why would I worry about a trust when all my assets are protected, and if something were to happen to me, my wife just simply takes over? It's just that simple. I keep it simple. I don't have time to kind of, overcomplicate things for her or for what I'm doing. I keep the stuff simple so that she don't have to try to figure things out and worry. So that's why I don't just get into the trust thing. A C Corporation can retain all of its after-tax profits to reinvest in the business, taxed at a 21% flat federal rate. While there is no strict limit on retention, amounts exceeding the reasonable needs of the business, generally over $250,000 for most corporations, may trigger an additional 20% accumulated earning tax. What that's saying is you can keep up to $250,000 in the business with a C Corporation. You cannot do that with an LLC. You can do it with a corporation. You cannot do it with an LLC. So if I can't do it with an LLC, I am not going to make my holding company an LLC. Because now, watch this, when it comes to taxes, we're talking about something else. When I file taxes with this LLC, guess what I'm going to file? As a disregarded entity, and I made $0. So I'm not even paying taxes for this LLC. Why? Because my C Corporation holding company controlled all the money that the company made. And this company can keep up to $250,000 as a reasonable need to expand my company. See what I mean? We haven't even got to talking about the qualified dividends that I can file. We haven't even talked about the salary that I'm making. We ain't even talking about the qualified dividend that I can give my wife as a shareholder. That's why you want the holding company a C Corporation. It's all written for you to benefit off of. You just got to know how to put it in play. You just got to structure your business the correct way. I'm not knocking nobody on this platform. What I am telling y'all is you can sit on here and listen to somebody telling you that you building a legacy all you want to and give them all your damn money. And you ain't gonna be no closer to that goddamn legacy than you waking up in the morning, putting your goddamn clothes on, going to them folks' job. Cause they not putting nothing together for you. Ask me how I know. I'm telling y'all the truth. Everything I done told y'all, what's up, baby? Everything I done told y'all on this app, man, I ain't never lied to y'all. It's so simple to come on here and tell the truth. I live in my truth. I don't care what nobody think about me. I don't care about nobody calling me a hater. I don't care about nobody saying I ain't got no money. I don't give a damn about none of that. I'ma come on here and I'ma keep showing y'all the facts, the proof. And I'ma keep living my life, enjoying my family, because that is my generational wealth. Everybody, where you trying to go, I might not trying to be there. I may not be trying to go there. So it's not my dream to come on TikTok and stunt and post pictures of bullshit and act like I got it like that and I ain't got a care in the world. I'm an everyday father that worries every day about my kids. I'm an everyday parent that worries every day that I'm doing something wrong or that I'm not providing to where they are being provided for. I'm that guy that's literally sitting here being real because we deal with everyday real problems in life. And I don't have time to come on no goddamn social media page on anybody's platform and hear somebody teach me some bullshit that they not living themselves. And they just showing me the money they've made because they found some more ignorant ass people to pay for their product thinking that it can change their life. And it didn't. I'm not that person. Every day I get better and better at running my businesses. Every day I learn new and more stuff that I can apply, that I can teach, that I can show. That's who I am. I'm not gonna come on here in a suit and tie. Every now and then I may put my logo shirt on, and that's if it got washed. If it ain't got washed in 3, 4, 5 days, it ain't gonna get worn. I'm gonna throw on a t-shirt. That's because I ain't washing every day. My wife ain't washing every day. My house is dirty every now and then. You feel what I'm saying? I'm real. Because that's what we deal with every day. I see enough AI bullshit. People being fake, showing all this shit that they got, but they using loans to live day to day. I can't live like that. That ain't my story. So all I can do is come on here and give people knowledge and information that I've done, that I've read, researched, planned, paid other people for, started a business, paid other people that's smarter than me in the business, and continue to grow and continue to help people. So forgive me if I'm not the CEO that everybody expectations think that a CEO is supposed to be. I will cuss your ass out in a minute. I will talk about your mama, your grandmama. I will even talk about your kids if you make me. That is me though. And I'm fine with that because I am not on here to make friends. I am not on here for somebody to like me or none of that. Because you know why? One thing I know about you and me, if I piss you off, you're going to become a different person. And vice versa. If you piss me off, I'm going to become a different person. We ain't friends. You watching this app right now and watching me because I'm giving you something that you can use, which is knowledge. The minute I stop giving you information that you can use, guess what you're going to do? Leave my life. You're going to stop listening to me because I'm adding no value. So why would I come on here acting like I'm something that I'm not and thinking that you just love our money? You don't give a damn about our money. You don't give a damn about our money kids or our money wife. You only care about the information I provide. And if you do a service with me and I don't give you what you paid for, shit, if I'm in front of you, you'll hit me upside my motherfucking head. Let's be real. So I don't come on here faking the funk. I already know what it is. I don't come on here faking. And that's the disposition that people have with me and wonder why I don't give a damn. Because I don't. I'm a realist. I ain't scary. I ain't none of that. I'm going to walk out in public. I'm going to tell you where I'm from. You bring your dumb ass up in front of me thinking you going to talk some shit. I'm going to sleep your ass. Period. Because my mind already made up. You better have yours made up. I'm cool because I'm not looking for trouble. But when trouble find me, best believe I'm well prepared. It is what it is. That's why I say corporate look like us. Man, we living in 2026. The old ways, that shit is old. People are elevating with the times. People are elevating with times. This is a new era. You got to either get with it or get left behind. I chose to get with it, but I'm not going to lose myself in the process, and I'm not going to mess over people that work and make hard-earned money to try to build a life. Watch this. I got a question for y'all. For anybody who going to be real, watch this. I got a question for y'all. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you already got your income tax check back. Put a 1 in the chat. Appreciate that, Martin. Thank you. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for putting the 1 in the chat. That's what's up. That's what's up. Appreciate that. Now I got another question for y'all. Y'all might not answer this one. I got another question for y'all. Put a 2 in the chat if you still got some money left over from your income tax check. Real talk. Put a 2 in the chat if you got some money left over from your income tax check. Okay, look at y'all. Oh, shit. We got 3 up, 4 up, 5. Okay, oh, look at y'all. Okay, well, some of y'all doing good then. Some of y'all doing good. But watch this. For those that didn't put a 2 in the chat, we got 158 people. Trust me, y'all. We already know. It's a whole lot more that didn't already got rid of their income tax check. I say that to say this. We came into this year with a plan. Most of us didn't follow through with that plan. Most of us didn't follow through. We used that money that we got and we did not put it towards anything to benefit us for the future. Now we back to the 9 to 5, hustling and grinding to pay our bills. We got to do better. And that's good. Lady V. Cosby, that's amazing. I'm glad you took it and used it for something beneficial. All I'm saying, y'all, is when you come across some extra income, start putting it towards something that can help you. Matter of fact, I want to show y'all something. Watch this. A guy reached out to me. Y'all. He said he wants to know how to become successful. He was like, bro, I heard you on TikTok. And maybe this text can help somebody. He said, I heard you on TikTok. I want to be successful. So I was like, okay. So I say, when you say successful, what is success to you? See, some of us equate success to is different for each person. Your success may not be my success. So what is success to you? He said first to be able to understand everything and be able to provide for his family and have everyone around him to be able to do the same thing. So I said, okay, that's awesome. So what is it would you like to learn or understand? Because you told me that, but I still don't know. You want to be successful, but I don't know what you want to learn to be successful. So I told him, he said how to even fix his life and start. So I told him first you have to have a source of income. Then you have to have discipline to actually keep some of the money that you're making. Then you got to find something cheap to invest in to start making residual income. Then you got to open up a corporation and use it to leverage your funding. And then the sky's the limit. Why? Because you can just repeat that cycle, y'all. And the cycle really is have a source of income, which is your job. That's your source of income. Then you got to have discipline to actually keep some of the money that you're making. Some of us, we live higher than what we make. I'm going to say it again. Some of us live higher than we make. The average person, the average family, I'm just going to be real with y'all. The average family can live off of $6,000 a month. And that's too much. That's too much. You could literally live off of $6,000 a month. And right, I'm rich on that, Maya. I'm going to go with 4K to 5K a month. That's real talk. So if you making over $4,000 to $5,000 a month, there's no reason you should be broke. There's no reason you should be broke. Why? Because you're living above your means, if that's the case. Because you don't even need that much to live off of. You don't even need that much to live off of. Now, if you went out there, of course, if you went out there and bought you a $500,000 home and you still paying car, you know, all that type of stuff, well, damn, yeah, you need more money because of what the assets that you got that you paying for. But you don't need that much money to live off of. Another thing I want y'all to ask yourself is, what are you living for? Uh-oh. Ask yourself that. If you listening to me right now, ask yourself, this is a real question. What are you living for? What are you living for? If you literally, watch this, exactly, some material rich, but not asset rich. Honestly, y'all, I know this sound crazy. She say she living for her kids. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't mean to be mean when I say this. You ain't living for your kids though, ma'am. I don't mean to be mean when I say that. I promise you, you're not living for your kids. You ain't living for your kids. If your kids is the reason that you living, that ain't enough to live off of. You ain't living because of your kids. I can promise you that. When y'all figure that out, when you figure that out, you will change. I promise you will. You will change. You will change. The reason I say you will change is because when you start thinking like that, you will realize that I'm literally out here running a rat race. What the hell am I doing? I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I'm going to work for somebody else. I don't have time to spend with my kids like I would like to. You ignored my comment. I didn't even see your comment. But if I ignored it, that means it is what it is. Say you comment again instead of telling me that I ignored it. You ain't that important to where I gave a damn about your one comment. So if you wanted your comment answered, repeat your comment instead of telling me what I ignored. Like, you said that like that was supposed to make me give a damn. I didn't ignore that one though, did I? Like, make it make sense. But honestly though, y'all, like, are you the only one in your family trying to make a difference? You feel what I'm saying? Are you the only one in your family trying to make a difference? Are you the only one trying to become a millionaire? Are you the only one trying to become a business owner? Are you the only one trying to get out the rat race? You see what I'm saying? So when you start looking at things from that perspective, you start saying, okay, damn, I'm really living to make a change. Because clearly what I've came from didn't work. Because if it worked, you wouldn't be in the situation that you in. Exactly, Lily. There you go. See, that's realness right there. You've been living to pay bills. And that's what a lot of us do. We living off of waking up the next day to make sure we can pay the bill to live in somebody else's house, somebody else's apartments, drive somebody else's car, because ain't none of it ours. Ain't none of it ours. We paying for free water. We paying to breathe free air. Like, it's crazy when you actually think about it. It's like, damn, like, what the fuck are we really doing? So when I think like that, I just tell myself, you know what? I'm gonna live my best life. I'm gonna live my best life. And I don't mean to not worry about bills and all this other stuff or stop living like that. What I'm saying is we got to start enjoying the rest of the life that we have. We have to. Because we really out here just taking up space, y'all. I know y'all like, bro, they're tripping. I'm being honest though. We taking up space. What the hell is you doing? Like, exactly, Lily. We spend a lot of time sitting back just like, damn, when I get paid this week, I'm going to go ahead and pay my car note. I'm going to pay rent. So the money gone. Then, exactly, bro. We just existed like, what the fuck is we doing? We not even excited about nothing. You know why? Because we ain't got the money to be excited. We can't even be excited. Watch this. I'm going to show y'all something. Remember when you was younger and those cars passed by and you was in the back seat and you would be like, that's my car. Every good car, every nice car you see, you'll hear him tell your sister and brother, that's my car. That's my car. That exactly, King Wick. Come on, follow where I'm going with this, y'all. That was living. You know why? Because you had not no care in the world. Now we done outgrew that. We done outgrew that because we simply done got into a lifestyle to where everything we do now costs so much that we think living is having a job. We think living is taking care of our kids. We think living is paying bills every day. We think that ain't living. That is not living. And we can't get back to that because we don't even want to put ourselves in a position to where we can have financial freedom to live like that. Exactly, King Wick. If you live below your means, you can live like that again. Y'all, I have no care in the world. I have no care in the world. I jump on TikTok when I want to jump on TikTok. I go to sleep when I want. I wake up when I want to. Why? Because I bought my time back. I invested in myself and I created income and I lived below my means and didn't give a damn. Y'all, somebody called, my cousin called me yesterday. Right now, I'm supposed to be at the club where I'm at on TikTok with y'all, and I ain't spent not $1. But if I would have went to the club, guess what I would have did? I would have bought bottles for everybody. I would have booked a section because I don't want everybody being crowded all up on me. So I'd have booked a section. That would have cost me $500. I'd have bought a couple bottles because I gotta be seen. That would have cost me damn near $700. I'd have bought food for everybody. Come on, man. But I'm here with y'all on TikTok for free. And I ain't spent not $1. And I drunk all my water. To me, that's living. To me, that's living. That's where I'm trying to get everybody to think like that. Make enough money to where you can buy your time back and you can be free to do what you want. I don't try to keep up with nobody. I don't give a damn what nobody think about me. If you think I ain't got money, okay. I ain't finna show it to you to try to prove it to you. If you dealing with me because I showed you money, you a damn fool. You a fool. So I don't do it. I'm in my own lane. And I'm running at my own pace. And along the way, when I pick up something that I can help people learn and with, I just feed y'all the information. We got to get to that place, y'all. Ask yourself, when was the last time? When was the last time? And that's good that y'all actually listening to this because that means y'all somewhere sitting y'all ass down and ain't spending no money. But ask yourself, when was the last time you laid down and you started dreaming? When was the last time you did that? You knew you started dreaming because you was going to make something happen. You see what I'm saying? A couple of nights, about 2 weeks ago, me and my wife, we were sitting there talking about what we want to invest in next. And now we know what we want to invest in next. So now we're putting the work towards what we're going to do. We got a vision board. We're saying, okay, this is what we need, what we're going to do. And then when we bring it to the table, we're going to see if we win the investment part side of it. And we're going to open up a business, another business. It's going to be called Family of Wealth Entertainment. Why? Because, exactly. See, people saying, I can't remember. If you got to think about it, that means it's been a while. And that's true. That's because we don't have the funds to dream all the time. We got to get that back some type of way, y'all. Or you just existing. You just taking up space. And that's not a good way to live. That's not a good way to live, family. Real talk. That's why I give my time. That's why I come on here and I try to encourage people. That's why I be real. I don't let y'all see what's not reality because now you're trying. Look, a lot of people on TikTok and social media, when y'all see them, y'all trying to chase what they got, and that's not even reality. You chasing fiction. So you disappointed at yourself because you can't do what they doing. Newsflash, they not doing what they doing. It's all a persona. And now here you are sitting over there mad, disgruntled, because you feel like you a disgrace to your life. And I promise you, you probably doing better than them. I promise you, probably doing better than them. You see what I'm saying? So, man, that's what I do, man. For those that want to know, man, my company is Family Wealth Logistics Inc. We're a consulting firm. We're a structure built firm. What we do is we help people, for sure, Mark, we help people build structures. That's what we do. We help people build structures the correct way, and we actually teach and show you how to do it. Also, a lot of y'all, if y'all remember, I was selling an ebook. If you want to know it ain't changed yet. I thought it was changed on here. I'll definitely have it changed tomorrow. But I'm even dropping my ebook. I'm even learning today, wealth is what you give value to. Exactly, Lily. Real talk, though. Wealth is what you give value to. Appreciate the advice and talk. We'll continue the fellowship with you for sure, Deuce Donna. Lily, today I was out with my family. Remember I did a TikTok this morning. And, you know, somebody came for me talking about, you know, and I was like, okay, well, you say what you want to say. Well, instead of us going to the pool, I took my kids to a park. Big ass, nice park. Had, you know, I was just we went out, right? And I did a video. And in that video, I expressed to people that this is my wealth. See, I get to take, I ain't got to stunt. We went to a free ass park. Kids don't give a damn about how much money you spend on them. They care about being around their parents. I learned that from being a child. As a child, all I wanted was to be up under my parents. I don't care how much my mama spent on me or where we went. I was just happy to be with my mama. I take that same concept with my kids now. I spend my money to be around my family, my kids, my wife. That's what my wealth is. I don't care about all the nice cars. I ain't trying to impress no woman no more, y'all. When I was trying to impress women's, I had the Escalades, I had the Jaguars, I had the nice Nikes, the clothes, I had all that. I got a wife now. She like me for who I am. If I don't shave, she's still gonna wake up and say, I love you, baby. My kids, they value me being around. The money that we out here spending, trying to keep up with people, you don't even have to spend it. You don't even have to spend it. Especially if you got kids. Everything we do, we tell a person straight up, if my kids can't come, I can't come. I got 6, I can't get no babysitter. I ain't got no babysitter, man. My kids can't come, I can't come. You want me to come party? Make it a kid party. We'll be there. I got enough of them to turn the whole party into a party. That's my generational wealth. Now somebody else's generational wealth may be they want a farm and a house that's worth $1 million. I don't need all that. I don't need all that, man. That's not my wealth. That's not my wealth. You know what I'm saying? You know, yeah, nobody cares is what the true wealth is saying. Facts. Exactly. I mean, it's true though. Nobody care. Like when I get around the people that got money and we sitting and talking, do you think they give a damn about where I live at, what I'm doing? They don't care about that. Man, we talk about other business ventures and what we gonna do. What's up, DJ Wallet? Like we don't care, y'all. We gotta make that norm. We gotta make that our reality. Stop normalizing, letting people throw what they got in front of you under the pretense they trying to help you. That's they shit. It ain't yours. It ain't yours. So man, that's what we do, man. That's what we do at Family Wealth. On the 16th, we doing a Zoom, a C Corp Zoom. For those that come, it's gonna be about, we talking about more than what I can talk about on TikTok. A lot of stuff I won't tell you on TikTok that I can't say due to the rules and stuff that TikTok allows. So on the 16th, we're doing a Zoom. It's going to be about C corporations to deal with other business owners, and we just vibe. That's when you can really ask your questions. That's when you can get in depth about what's going on with your corporations and everything. Also, when it comes to our services, if you want a full C corporation setup, we do a full C corporation setup. If you want a full C corporation setup with a holding company, we also do that. But we also throw in a 501c3 nonprofit, and we do the long form for you to make sure it's an actual real nonprofit. Also, we do the corporation with the LLC setup structure. We set up all these entities and we do everything for you. When I say everything, that means from your website to your registered agent to your address to everything that you need. We make sure it's done. We don't leave you having to do anything when you walk away. Just run your business. That's all you need to be doing. We also offer bookkeeping and tax strategies. We also do that. And everything else is pretty much self-help, whatever you want to do. If you want to book a consultation, you want to talk to me, just book a consultation. We'll talk about whatever it is you need to talk about and see if we can come up with a structure for you to succeed in whatever it is you're trying to do. That's pretty much what we do at Family Wealth, man. Any questions? That's pretty much what we do. Before I leave, I usually talk about this, man. If anybody on here want to learn about residual income, if you want to learn about residual income, that means making money. You can text this number, ask about residual income. I will send you a pre-recorded video, and I will also, if you're serious, you can contact that number and I'll talk to you and give you more information if you need it. And you can get signed up. I'll tell you what a little bit of it is about right now, so you'll have an idea. It's multi-level marketing, so we're not even finna wait around. And and it costs $300. You invest $320, you can get your money back literally within the first week. But you have to put the work in. What the work means is you get your own website. You're an independent business owner. That's what the $300 for. You paying for your own website and your business. You get paid for paying bills that you already pay. That's what it's about. You literally get paid for bills that you already pay. I pay a phone bill. I pay a light bill. I pay insurance. I pay cable. I pay internet. I literally get a percentage of paying those bills right now because I'm paying them through my website. That's one way to get paid. You get paid for people signing up under you. So when somebody signs up, after you get paid for them. There's no cap on how much you can get paid. Also, the higher you go in the company, the more money you make. The more people you get, the more money you make. It's no cap on the money that you make. In order to get the information, text this number, residual income, and I will send the information. The most important thing is this, y'all. The reason I'm telling people about it, you get your money back literally within a week. After you get your money back, everything else is clear profit. It's clear profit. It's another source of income. It's working for me. It's working for my wife. It's working for other people who's putting in the work. And these are not just everyday people. We talking about doctors is doing this. Lawyers is doing this. People with good jobs is doing this. Why? Because it's another source of income. And all you doing is just telling people about it. It's business. Another thing, October 1st, they're coming up with their own fintech, which is a bank. You're gonna be your own bank, part of a bank. Everybody who up under you, and even yourself, when you swipe your card, they're gonna give you a percentage of that. It's the only company doing it. Only company doing it. I'm not on here to persuade nobody. I'm simply giving you information. If you're looking to make some extra money, text that number. I'll send you a pre-recording, and then you can talk to me tomorrow or whenever you feel like it. I'll break down more to you, and let's just grow together. We gonna get this money together. It is what it is. That's it. Any questions? I'm finna get up out of here. Going once, going twice, 3 times, lady. Hey man, I thank y'all for checking your boy out tonight, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow. What time tomorrow? Tomorrow I'll be on when I wake up in the morning. So that's probably around 10 or 11 o'clock. I'll come on. And then also I'll jump on again around 8, 9, 10, 11 at night. Y'all have an amazing night. Man, thank y'all for being here. It's a blessing to meet y'all for those that came in. I'll see y'all tomorrow, and I'll be dropping gems. Thank y'all for coming, man. Peace.